What's going on, everybody? This is Rick from Studio Spades, and today I am taking you through a quick tour of my 4K animated grayscale texture loops pack. That's quite a mouthful, but it's a pack, but it's also packed with a lot of content, and yeah, we'll keep on growing over time. Okay, so what does it do? Well, it's basically a collection of 4096 by 4096 1:1 ratio square MP4 videos, all at least 10 seconds long. Some are 13 seconds long, and they're all at 30 FPS. Okay, so videos, great. Why do you need them? Well, you can use them in basically any program that supports MP4 videos, but the beauty of it in Blender, for example, is that you can use it as a decal, a mask or an alpha, a roughness mask, a gobo, which is like a shape you can put in front of lights to make your lights more unique or emit a certain type of shadow. Can be used as a mix factor, a depth pass, or any other use you can think of, because they're grayscale. They are black and white videos. Let me just show a couple in 4K quality, which you can use to make your scenes more interesting. They all basically loop seamlessly. A lot of effort went into making these as seamless as possible, and it's a quite varied pack of textures. Let me just find a cool one. So embers. So yeah, this is just basically a seamless loop you can place in your scene to have embers floating around in your scene. Why would you want this pack? Well, it can be quite a lot of effort to make these kind of simulations, embers, for example, which can slow down your which can slow down your process, and in some cases it's just better to have these things ready as presets. On top of that, they are flat videos, so it's not a true 3D particle simulation in your scene. It's a video of particles. So why is that beneficial? Well, it'll make your scenes render way faster, and you can just place a couple of these flat 2D animated decals in your scene to have particles floating around as well, and it'll probably run or render faster than having lots of particle simulations in your scene. So yeah, definitely handy to use for that purpose. And again, these are MP4 videos, so they work in other programs as well. So if you have animation software, video production software, composition software, comping software, if it opens MP4 videos, it'll work. So that's the beauty of this product. And like I said, they all basically loop seamlessly, so just place them in your scenes and you can pretty much forget about them. And I mean, yeah, having this type of VDB simulation in your scene would drastically render slower than this flat version. But you can still attach this to like a very cold environment, maybe to an Erlenmeyer flask in a laboratorium. Yeah, there's definitely lots of use cases where you can use these kind of videos, and like I said, way faster to render, and yeah, just a nice collection of presets you can add without having to worry about making this stuff yourself and slowing down your process. So here are a couple of meteors. You can maybe add this as a decal to a sky environment. And yeah, make it more interesting. Okay, so how would you go about using this? Well, depends on what you want to use it as, but let's, for example's sake, use a decal. Maybe start with some fireworks. Pretty cool. Okay, so how would you do that? Well, you could drag in either the 2K or 4K version. Let's do 2K because that's even faster to render. Let's add a plane. In this case, rotate it 90 degrees on the x-axis, scale it up a bit, move it up a bit, and add a material, decal matte, for instance, and just drag in a video. Okay, so like I said, all videos are either 10 seconds or 13 seconds. This one is 10 at 30 FPS. That means 10 times 30 is 300 frames. So make sure you enter either 300 or 390 for videos that are 13 seconds long. And make sure you auto refresh so the viewport view gets updated with the texture for every frame. Let's just plug it into the alpha in this case. And don't forget to make sure the blend mode, maybe alpha hashed or alpha blend. No, still not sure which I like most. This looks nice. Hashed. Yeah, let's do blend. Okay. Okay, so now we have the blacks invisible and white is visible. So we have this very dull looking. Oh, let me set the timeline to 300 frames as well, so it loops seamlessly. Okay, so yeah, white fireworks, exciting. Not. But the beauty of this product is you can add color ramps. So plug in the color into the factor and maybe color the emission, because it's fireworks, they emit light or fire, and plug in the color into the color of the emission. Now this shouldn't do a lot by itself because the videos are grayscale and they are already black and white, but you could maybe clamp the values. You can see the whites disappear a bit when I do this, and you should also be able to flip this thing and maybe invert the values. Could be handy if that's your thing, but for now let's reset it and maybe color it. So black will be black and white will be white, but when we recolor white to, I don't know, maybe something red, you get red fireworks. Cool. Maybe let's, oh, I already enabled bloom, I forgot. Right. Maybe set the strength to 50. Cool. 100. Okay, so we got some bloom going on here as well. Maybe put it back down to 50. So yeah, that's one way to color everything. You can add a extra stop to it. Let's see if that works. Maybe you have to move around the color stops a bit, because it all depends on how white some of the values are and how black others are. So we got a little bit of green and red going on here. So that's one way to yeah, color these textures. I think I prefer one color. Just looks better in this case. So yeah, that's one way to use it. So you can add this to a scene, put it in the background, maybe scale it up, I don't know, oops. Maybe have some buildings over here, and yeah, you got some nice fireworks in the sky. And like I said, they're all basically seamless loops. So you just add them to your scene. It makes your scenes more lively and animated. Lots of things going on, especially when you got multiple planes driving different textures or even at different frame rates. So let's just copy this material, make sure that this one is the original, this is the offset one, and maybe, oh, sorry. Not sure why it's not working. The timing should be offset, so I'm definitely doing something wrong. Doesn't matter, we can maybe load in a different one. So let's load in this one here. Make sure it's set to 300 again, because I know that one is 10 seconds as well. So yeah, this is just one way you can add some fireworks to your scenes. Maybe copy another one, copy the material, and you know what? Maybe add this one as well. I know that one is 10 seconds as well, so 10 times 30 frames per second is 300 frames total. Yeah, just a nice way to spice up your scenes and add some nice simulations, which I made with various programs, some free, some paid, and then render them out as black and white textures. And let's not forget to recolor those as well. So we got red, green, and maybe, I don't know, orange, goldish. Cool. Let me just turn off my eye protection. Okay. Oh, this is pink. I did not realize. Maybe red. Cool. Maybe up the emission on that one. Cool. So yeah, that's just one use case. You can add some decals to your scene. Maybe if you're not, maybe if you're nice. So maybe if you have a nice skyline scene with some buildings, over here. I know it's just quick and dirty. Now this doesn't make a lot of sense, but you know, these are, let's just imagine these are skyscrapers. You have a nice skyline modeled here. And yeah, this just adds so much more to your scenes than not having those in. I mean, this is pretty dull. And boom, you have an animation. And they loop, which is just very convenient. So that's one use case for this pack. Let's, instead of fireworks, try maybe some embers. So bring it to the forefront. maybe scale it a bit down. So that same scene with these very nice skyscrapers you can see here could be changed radically to maybe a dystopian sci-fi scene with a city that's burning. I'm just making stuff up as I go. So yeah, maybe the city is burning and you would have a lot of embers flying around in your scene. So let's look at, oh, sorry, some nice embers which are in this pack as well. Oh, you know what? I think I might use this one. This is like a continual stream of embers. Could work in your industrial environments or maybe assembly lines. Maybe someone is welding something, I don't know. Or maybe a building is leaking molten steel because it's burning. And boom, you can add those to your scenes. Let's just copy one. Just a real quick and easy way to add liveliness to your renders. Way faster to render. I mean, this is Eevee in the viewport. Runs pretty smoothly, as you can see. Way faster to render this than to make the simulation yourself. And maybe you don't even know how to make sims that look nice, or loop, which is pretty important as well. And it can take quite a long while to master this and render it as well. So why not just use some presets from the pack I made available for you. Okay, so let's check. Maybe I can add some more embers like I promised. Let's just put it in front of the camera a bit, copy the material, call this embers. Go back, so that was number 5. Let's go to embers 2, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, could be. Why not? Let's use this one. I'm pretty sure this one is 300 frames as well. Boom, flying embers. And again, these are all MP4 videos, so if you want to use this in programs outside of Blender, maybe composite it into your video footage in video editing software, you can do that as well. Or you could use the Blender compositing node tab as well. Maybe add them there. You could track film footage of skyscrapers, for example, and add a null through a tracking point and then composite in the textures that way. Lots of ways you can use this stuff. Let's try another texture. Embers 1, maybe. Forgot how that one looked. Is it 1? I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm messing up. Let's just try 1. No, that's not the one I want. Then it's 3. Embers 3, I really like that one. That's not it either. What the hell? Is it 4? Sorry guys. Gonna cut this out. Yeah, should be 4. Yeah. This is the one. Okay, 300. Boom. Quite subtle, as you can see. Hopefully. Let's just rotate it. Yeah, that's what I did. I hope you can see this. It's quite subtle, but we've got little embers here flying around. You can make it any color you want, of course, which is the beauty of working with Grayscale and the color ramp. So I don't know, maybe blue, purple-ish embers are your thing, it's possible. But goldish makes more sense since they are often hot. And yeah, feel free to recolor these as you please. So you could make some more magical effects as well, instead of just melting steel. So in a nutshell, that's what this pack is. Just a collection of very nice, often simulations of effects. But not all. We have a glitch category, for example, which looks more like a this should come in handy for glitchy television screens, or maybe even what do you call it, like neon signs, that kind of stuff. So let's just pick this one up, set it to 300 again. I think it's 300 frames. So yeah, you could use this as an emissive texture, or maybe even an alpha texture. Excuse me. You could use this as an emissive texture or alpha texture on neon signs, for example. Yeah, pretty cool effect as well. So lots of varied textures. As you can see, the pack is also growing over time. I've updated it about 5 times already, and new stuff is still coming up. As with all my products, I try to update those even long after release, because I do believe in the value of my product. So I want you to not feel like you just shelled a couple of dollars on something and yeah, it never gets updated, never gets supported. I truly believe that I create stuff that is valuable to you, and I hope you could see the same as well. These are meteors, for example. You can use these to liven up your night sky, or skyline renders as well. Also loops, and just a cool way to add a bit of liveliness to your renders. Quick and easy, all animated, all looping. Thousands of use cases. You can use them as decals, gobos. Gobo might be nice to demonstrate as well. Maybe I can set that up quickly. I usually don't do that correctly for some reason. I always get confused by setting up gobos. It should be in the shader editor. I always mess this up. Let's use cycles for better lighting. Maybe turn off the lights. Why? Maybe turn down the HDRI. Turn it off. Yeah. Okay. Now grab the light. Use nodes on the light. That was it. Then an image. That's for sure. Open one of the. Maybe the glitch one should be the most obvious one. I'll refresh 300 frames. Most are 300 frames. There are a couple of exceptions, but most of the time 300 frames should be the value you should put here. Put it into color. 50, 150. Okay, we already got something going here. Okay, so it's not showing up on the floor for some reason. Maybe add a normal cube. So that the glitch texture I showed earlier is now being used as a gobo. So what's a gobo? Gobo is basically an image you use as a light. So make sure you add make sure you check the nodes and then load in the image texture as a light source or a color source for your emissions, which means that for a spotlight, for example, you get the texture as a light. Now, you might think, okay, why would I want the glitch texture as a light? Now, maybe the glitch texture wasn't exactly the best one, but yeah, this will make your lights move. It'll make your scenes more lively as well. It'll make your lighting more lively. And yeah, liveliness and animation is pretty important when it comes to making beautiful renders. I mean, if it all looks static is boring, and adding a bit of movement can yeah, make things a lot more interesting. You can, of course, increase the radius a bit, so the texture gets blurred as well as the shadows as well. 0.5 maybe, see? So this could be a nice way to, yeah, just add more randomness, add more liveliness to your scenes, and make them more interesting and less static. So that was a couple of use cases for the 4K animated grayscale texture pack. We use them as decals and as gobos. If you don't know what a gobo is, Google it, please. Mask alpha, we also use that, but other cases could be displacement maps, roughness maps, albedos or albedos, ambient occlusion, etc., etc. And like I said, it works in basically any program that supports MP4 videos, so don't feel constricted by using this in Blender only. You could use it in your favorite video or animation software as well. Game development engines that support MP4 videos, comping software, anything that supports MP4 should be able to open these. So yeah, feel free to use them there as well. You could use them as overlays, masks, lots of use cases. And again, I updated it quite a few times already. Basically every update brought 5 new textures or a category. This will increase with time. Right now we're at 35 videos, unique ones. Every video comes as a 4K and 2K version. 4K for better quality, 2K for better performance. And yeah, I put a lot of time in these and will continue to do so for you. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you see the value of it. If you don't, leave a comment on how I can improve this product. And also check out my other products, of course, on the Blender market. I have a couple. Blender Exploder tool for easy exploded views, and the X-Ray and Hologram Shader pack is another one, which very easily allows you to create your own holograms and shaders with just a few clicks of a button. And then, of course, the one I just discussed, the 4K animated grayscale texture loops. This was Rick. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. And I hope you like the product. So head over to Blender Market right now, type in Grayscale, and it will pop up. And yeah, check out my products. I hope you like them. A lot of people seem to do. Average rating for all my products is 5 stars. This one has one rating, 80 plus sold already. Blender Exploder tool is very popular as well. 80 sold, 3 ratings, 5 stars. So yeah, I value my products. I really want to make them as best as possible, because then you are more likely to buy them. So yeah. And that's it. This was Rick from Studio Spades. I'm a professional technical artist, animator, and video content creator for multiple businesses, both small and big. This is my work. I love doing it. I love helping people as well. So this is why I am also selling products on multiple websites, but in this case, Blender Market. Leave a like and please subscribe, because it makes it easier for me to make a living off these products as well. And the way I can help more people like you, more artists, more 3D animators, 2D animators, and hopefully make your life easier as well. So that's it. Take care, and yeah, let me know how you like the product. See ya.